What's going on with it? Once again, bros, women, bronies, and package sisters, otaku, kimotos. This is the one, the only, of course, Mr. NintendoNX 2011, aka Criticism Guy 2009. Of course, you guys are wrestling to this channel. Definitely check out freedomnumber.com. Of course, Trouble News on that. If any people are interested in that sports program, best partnership I have. Look at shit. Links in the description box down below. Annotation outside. If any people are interested in that sports program, ad revenue, advertisement, all this little program marketing scheme type of shit, marketing strategy type of stuff. Best partnership out. Look at shit. And without further ado, let's begin. I know this news came about like 3-4 days ago, but I still wanted to talk about it anyway. It's probably not going to be up until Monday. So I'm doing videos once a day now. I'm not doing it every single day like I used to, but it's kind of the same thing. More of the same. Randomized. Like I said before, I'll say it again. Some days I'll do videos, other videos I won't. It's not just going to be Wednesday and Thursday anymore. I did that schedule for like 2 years and I got bored of it. Anyways, shout out to Stone Fox Media, a couple other people that's already like covered this news articles already. One of them is from ScreenGurus.com, and then the other one's from DigitalSpy.com. I've talked about them a few times, occasionally on this channel whenever I do these article session reviews. As far as Screen Gurus goes, it'll take me like 2 hours long if I read the whole entire article. So I'll probably read like maybe 1/4 of the article, and the rest of you guys, I'll leave the link down below for both of these articles if you want to read them for yourself, because I'm not going to stay here all day for 2.5 fucking hours reading every single little word that they say. That's no way that's happening. That's impossible. Anyways, person that wrote this giant ass article is from Sean2K5. So shout out to Sean2K5 for providing this article right here. And here we go. So it says, speculation around the NintendoNX has been reaching fever pitch in recent weeks, with the console's rumored to be unveiled next month during a special Nintendo event. For now, though, we have to make do with these patents, various nuggets of information. Info such as these patents have been uncovered in an Intrepid Games. I never even heard of that. Intrepid Games. United States Patent Application 20160231773. That's a mouthful. Holy crap. was put on the year 29/1-16. That's funny because that's the same day as my birthday was, January 29th, but of 2016. I wasn't born then. I was born 89. There's no way now I'd be doing this video if I was. Let's keep it moving. So it says, with it becoming publicly after November 11th of 2016. That's weird. With it becoming publicly available November 11th, 2016. That's not even around the corner now. It almost says, unless you're talking about December. Anyways, the show must go on. Let's keep it going. The details on this patent are exhaustive. Exhausting, but fully listed below for the benefit of those who don't want to click through. Abstract. An example accessory can be attached to an information processing device. The accessory includes a housing, a movable operation section, and a movable portion. And inside of a housing visible from an outside thereof, though, at least a portion of the real. Thereof. At least a portion of the operation section is exposed on the outside of the housing. The movable portion is placed at a position inside the housing and is visible from the outside of the housing through the portion of the housing. A portion and or an attitude, that's weird as fuck, I thought it said altitude. An attitude of the movable portion changes in response to the operation section being operated. Background and summary. There are conventional accessories in which when connected to a portable device and functions to portable devices. For example, there are techniques with an external controller or an accessory and connected to a connector provided onto a controller of a gaming device. This enables a wider variety of game operations using two controllers. Conventional accessories have a circuit configuration for communicating with a portable device and a circumference configuration and a circuit configuration for performing an information process for generating information to be transmitted to a portable device, And there has been room for improvement in simplifying the configurations of the accessories. Thus, a present specification discloses on an accessory, an information processing device, an information processing system, a storage medium storing an information processing program, an operation determination method, and a process perform method which it is possible to simply simplify the configuration and accessories. Of course, those are the pictures that you're seeing now. And I got some for the CEO, President of Nintendo, Tatsumi Kimishima. You know, it might have nothing to do with this, but he probably does. I might end up making a two-parter video into this just in case anything happens. So it says Figure 8 shows an example operation device before it is attached to a portable device. Figure 9 shows an example of configurations where an operation device is attached to a portable device. Did it say that anywhere else? Oh no, it didn't. That's weird. Figure 6 shows an external appearance and non-limiting example operation device. As shown in Figure 6, a hole opening portion, as is formed with the housing 21. Thus, the operation device 20 is configured so that the inner side of housing 21 could be seen through the hole of housing 21A. Note that the housing 21 may have any configuration such as the inside of the housing 21 visible from the outside through a predetermined portion of the housing 21. For example, in other embodiments, the predetermined portion may not be formed by a transparent member instead of the provision of the whole 21A on the predetermined portion. Here is a present embodiment and a reference marker 21D provided on a wall surface of the inside of the housing 21, the inner wall surface of a surface 21C in Figure 6. Movable portions in 23A and 23D have to be described later are provided on the inside of the housing 21. See Figure 7 in parentheses. The housing hole 21A is formed in such a portion that is a movable portion to 23A and 23D. And other references to 21D are viewable when one sees the inside of a housing 21. Excuse me. Ugh. Sorry about that. 21, housing 21 from the outside of the 21 through the hole of 21D. That's very, very confusing, but whatever. I'm still going to keep reading. And this last big chunk, because there's still a whole giant other section, I'm not going to be reading that. You guys can read that on your own. It says, Figure 7. Let's keep it moving. I got to take a deep breath on this. Figure 7 shows an example of an internal configuration of the operation device shown in Figure 6. This is the long one. Figure 7 is an example internal configuration of the operation device as shown in Figure 6. And now that Figure 7 is only a part of the configuration inside of the housing 21 as shown as Figure 7. The operation device 20 includes the movable portions 23A and 23D provided inside the housing 21. Note that where there are movable portions of 23A and 23D are not distinguished from each other, the designation movable portion 23, quote unquote, may be used to refer to any of the movable portions of 23A and 23D. As shown in Figure 7, movable portions of 23A and 23D are connected to the operation buttons 22A and 22D, respectively. That's a lot of tongue twisters, these D's and A's. Let's keep it going. That is, the movable portion of 23A connected to the operation buttons of 22A, movable portions of 23B and the operation button 22B, movable portions of 23C, and the operation button of 22C and movable portions of 23D to the operation button of 22D. The movable portions of 23 moves downward in the perfect embodiment in response to an operation on the operation button 22 connected there too. That doesn't make sense at all, but whatever. I'm just going to go along with it. In this present embodiment, each operation button is a movable portion connection to thereto are configured as an integral part. Note that, however, that they have movable portions may be configured to so as to be moved in accordance with the movement of the operation, and an operation button that has a movable portion connected to thereto of may be separate parts of the other embodiments. Oh god, there's so much more. You guys can read that on your own. In the present embodiment, at least a large portion of the movable portion 23, and this is in parentheses, the hatched area shown in Figure 7, here and thereafter referred to as a recognition part, unquote, unparenthesized, I don't know, is a material of color such as the infrared camera 4 and distinguishes, this is a little bit different, okay, distinguishes this portion from other portions, other than the portion of the reference marker 21D. Of the wall surface of the inside of the housing 21, the recognition portion may be a wow, I had no idea what that even means. Retroreflectability material, for example. That's a long ass word, holy shit. Then the infrared light from the illuminating section 7 is reflected towards the infrared camera 4, making it easier for the infrared camera 4 to recognize the recognition portion. This also makes it easier for the infrared camera 4 to recognize a recognition portion that is located away from the infrared camera 4. The movable portion 23 is connected to the lower portion of the operation button 22. Here, for each of the movable portions of 23A and 23C, the recognition portion is placed directly below the corresponding operation of button 22. For the movable portion 23D, on the other hand, the recognition portion is displaced from a position that is directly corresponding below the corresponding operation for the button 22D, see figure 7. That is, the recognition portion of the movable portions of 23A and 23D are arranged so that the recognition portions are visible through whole 21A. And there's still a whole other half part you guys can read on your own. So, that's a fucking mouthful, holy shit. I want to see if my thing's still working. I hope it is. Yes, it is. Thank God. And this one's from Digital Spy. This one's a lot more shorter. Thank fucking God. Actually, holy crap, it's a hell of a lot longer. I'm going to read the whole thing this time. Fuck it. So it says the new patent may be revealed within the vision for the NX. This one, by the way, let's see. This one was from August 11th. This was only a couple days ago. This one was from July 29th. So it's like 2.5 weeks old. It's a lot older, but I still want to read it regardless. Links down below. Annotation outside if you want to agree with me. Read it with me. And this is from Justin Mambobian Jones. Hopefully I said that middle name right. So shout out to him, Mr. Justin Mambobian Jones. And let's read this entire thing together. Hopefully you're still here with me. So it says, the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office has accepted a new application from Nintendo that suggests at its experimental antics again. Excuse me. The grandly named supplement computing device, as reported by Nintendo enthusiasts, shout out to them for making this article as well, it says, quote unquote, it says, quote, detachably couple the game console via the physical communication interface, unquote, and provide the over physical communication interface processing researches through the game console to assist other game consoles in locally and executing the game, unquote. Then it goes on to say, no other game hardware manufacturer braves the cold wind of the innovation quite like the Mario Maker. And this is a patent of that is believed to be the NX. It details an external hard drive device which connects to a console and enhances its capabilities. So in short, the age of module gaming may have arrived. Figure 2. Eurogamer recently reported a swatter, I never even heard about that, swatter of details about the NX, which allegedly originated from the sources inside Nintendo. The unnamed employees claimed that the Wii U successor will be handheld first console and will have the use of cartridges. Wow, that's fucking insane. That was from what, 98, 99, 2000? Long ass time ago. This is when I was still in my late 90s, early 2000s days as a kid. That's wild that they're bringing that shit back. Holy hell, I never thought I'd see the day. Like 15 years ago, or 16 by now. If the claims are indeed true, then the external upgrade module would make sense. The limited space of a handheld device would severely restrict the NX's processing capabilities. Nintendo is an exciting company to observe because it takes risks. The Wii was a huge success, but it was also a gamble. Patents are usually very long, very boring, and extremely wordy documents, but shifting through the text reveals some more important details. The document goes on to a set to very similar processes conducting over wireless connections rather than the physical ones. And here's where things get interesting. Consistent references is made up to multiple consoles accessing accessing the same, quote, supplement computing device, unquote, and what the actions it should take in those circumstances. It makes clear to mention that the instances where the SCD should make its own, it says, quote, make its own resources available to the other gaming consoles during a specific time and not during other times, unquote. So it seems that Nintendo might allow players to lend their performance upgrades to other nearby units when it is not in use by the primary owner. It's a real freaky out device, but I'll take it. Fuck it. I hope it's not over $400. That's gonna break my fucking wallet. The diagram above details the visual response when a console is in the proximity of a multiple accessible, however you want to say that word, SCDs. I almost said STDs. That's really bad. Do not do that, kids. My millennial, younger viewers out there. Let's keep going. The new hardware may also serve as a bridge between the two separate console units, rather than communicating directly and one serving as a host. The patent goes on to describe the situation where the, quote, the apparatus couples to the first gaming console and via local connection, and the apparatus couples to the second game console via a network connection, unquote. Basically, imagine a situation where you want to connect 4 NX consoles for a particularly long and probably vicious Super Smash Bros. Tournament. I really hope Mr. Masahiro Sakurai brings that back again. He probably will. Made almost $1 trillion around the world. This device could handle the networking components like a mini server and possibly ease a computing load on each handheld. Within the content of the current NX rumors, the patent is particularly compelling, but the patents are very often amount to nothing. Companies regularly file more than the other things are necessary in order to pave the way to this is getting really, really fucking tongue twister. I'm sorry, I can't fucking talk today. Regular files more than are necessary. There are a lot more than necessary in order to pave the way for many different directions so that they can develop a project, and a swatter of which are never capitalized upon. You can read more of the full patent in here and take a gander at our infinitely more readable reporting on the latest NX rumors here. Hopefully we'll see more details about the NX from Nintendo in the coming months before its release early next year. Alright, so overall thoughts, views, and opinions. I had a shit ton of fucking patent names. It has so many different words. I feel like I was reading more of the Webster Dictionary or the Urban Dictionary compared to like reading something out of an article that you wouldn't read every single fucking day. Like, holy fucking shit, man. Nintendo's on their fucking A game with this thing. Oh my god, there's a whole bunch of 1,000 little features that they're putting into one. And they're having all these computer reading, like mind reading devices out there. That's fucking wild. Holy shit, man. I couldn't keep up with the whole fucking thing. That's why I didn't read the last part of the other article, which was from GamingGurus.com. And I'm sure they're a good website. I never really heard about them too much, but shout out to them for making that whole article together, because I was destroying the crap out of my brain. I didn't feel more intelligent when I was reading it. I felt like I was losing a few brain cells when I read that whole entire thing. D, VA, VC, D23A, 23D, 22C, 22D. Holy fuck, that is a fucking mind breaker. That's a mind fuck right there. Holy crap. I'm gonna have to take some fucking ibuprofen after this, or a fucking Advil Tylenol, because my head is hurting. It's going dun 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 dun. It's like my fucking heart right now. Woo! Let's get to the other one. The second one was a lot more simple from Digital Spy, man. They put in a lot more, and more humanoid. They put a lot more human, like, humanity type of wording. So there's a lot more plain and simple, and a lot more like, they were keeping it a lot more blunt, more realistic, unlike the other ones where they expect you to read like a fucking robot. Oh my god, man. I don't know how Nintendo CEOs do it, like Mr. Reggie Fils-Aimé and the Tatsumi Kimishima. I don't know who the CEO and the CEOs and presidents are for Nintendo Canada or for the UK, or if they have them in Mexico and Brazil, South America. I don't know who they are, but props goes out to them, because I cannot do their fucking job for hell. even though I was getting paid millions of dollars every fucking month. There's no way now I'd be able to keep up with that type of contracepting type of news article information. Oh my god. Woo! The only two things I want to say is that number one, I know that, and I think it's officially either confirmed or still speculated, rumor that a lot of the Nintendo NX games are going to be all in 3D. They're going to be very, very super visually like appealing, like how they have with the new 3DS. That was the last handheld device, that system unit that they originally sold like in mid-late 2015 of November in Japan and early 2016 over here, which I finally actually did an unboxing opening back in May, if any people want to see, almost 4 months ago when I did that. So links down below if you want to check that out. Or you can just go on my channel if you want to. Not trying to do a shameless plug or anything or advertise myself. I just want to let you guys know that from the bottom of my heart. It's awesome. And then the second thing is, I'm not sure how the Amiibos are going to be working with the NX. I have no idea if they're still going to bring the Amiibos back. They had a shit ton of success with it. Plus, I got like 4 or 5 of them in the back, and I got 2 of them over there where you can't see, but I can. But maybe if I ever do a room tour, maybe I get 800 subscribers or 750, then I'll show you my room tour. I just hit like 2 more subs. Shout out to the 2 brand new people that came onto this wonderful adventure journey with me. Thank you very much for watching. And that's pretty much it. Peace out, ladies, goodbye. I'm going to cut this thing short because I got to go to a meeting somewhere. See you guys next time. Deuces, goodbye, and I will talk to you guys later. Peace out, everyone. Stay awesome and stay safe, everyone.